Hey guys, my name is Mike Krauza, and I'd like to share with you my own personal experience that I've had with the ACM program. I'd like to begin by mentioning the fact that I am a college baseball player, specifically a pitcher, and that role requires that I not only compete at a high level and high intensity, but also train at a high level and high intensity. And doing this was becoming increasingly difficult as I had these pattern of problems, mostly in my lower body over the last 2 to 3 years. Um, I had things like groin pulls, hamstring pulls, and a reoccurring lower back injury, or at least pain, that kind of kept me from both competing and training at high levels, and in doing so kept me from becoming a better athlete. So one day I was venting about all these problems with my strength and conditioning coach at school, and he was familiar with the ACM program and with Mike, and he introduced me to Mike, and Mike responded to me immediately. He seemed, pretty optimistic about not only my chances of getting better, but also getting better permanently, which was important to me. One of the first things that he said to me was my language, he had noticed, was, part of the problem. I was someone who believed that I was just a genetically poor mover, someone who was genetically prone to getting hurt. Insisted that rather than something that was, genetic or permanent, that it was just a temporary dysfunction that, he and his program could fix for me. I was someone who, was cautious because I've been to physical therapists, athletic trainers, even chiropractors, and have, had some success with each of them, but none of the success was particularly long-lasting, as problems, these same patterns of problems would come up over and over again. What amazed me about the ACM program was how quickly it identified what was going on for me. And, all these years of going to these doctors and professionals, and they couldn't identify what was really going on. And I won't get too specific, but it was something with my hips. And so once we had realized what was going on, the ACM program gave me sort of a packet of a bunch of exercises to work on. And at first, they seem like these small, almost, meaningless exercises for someone who deadlifts and squats a lot of weight like I do. It's easy to kind of just shrug them off as being unimportant. But when you really start doing them religiously and implementing them in all of your daily movements, I think it's pretty hard not to see a quick and lasting impact on not only your athletic performance for someone like me, but just how you feel day in and day out. I'm incredibly grateful to Mike and the ACM program, and I'm now a firm believer in what they do.